Yellow. What's going on, everybody? This is Getting Down with Lee Brown. I'm your host, Lee Brown. This show's all about getting that positivity fix, learning what and when and where, who and why, and what we are doing on this gosh forsaken earth. So, join me in today's show. Let's go. So I want to start today out with a little story time. Last night, my lady, she decided to tell me that I was not thinking in the right frame of mind. I made a comment about my family that probably, it's just a normal observation. I thought jealousy was involved, and I don't know. It just first thing that came to mind, and my gal, she said, you don't have to think that way. Otherwise, because when you go to the party, it's about a party, Christmas party specifically. When you go to the party, you are gonna have that perspective. And then it's not going to be as fun. You're not going to have as good a time. So that's, boom, hit to the face. Get a dose of what the heck was I thinking? You know what I'm saying? But she's right. Sometimes you got to listen. Men, you got to listen to your wives when they tell you something. You're not always in the bullish, I'm right mentality. Yeah, I know there's some men out there that do, but I'm just speaking for the ones right now that get in that mindset of reacting. What is the whatever I'm thinking right now, that's it. And you listen to me, gosh darn it. Also, on the other side, wives, spouses, girlfriends. Remember, you're talking to a grown man as well. So there's always two sides to the story. I say you're talking to a grown man. The dude has an ego. He needs to be himself. Needs to express his feelings in the moment sometimes. So he's gonna say some things that are out of place, but if he's in the right frame of mind, he will check himself. If you are, not yelling at him or anything, but just saying a comment quick that makes him be like, oh, well, maybe I wasn't all in the right state of mind. Now, dudes, there's a couple ways to react to this. If you're any of them, well, there's more than just this list of how you can react to them, but I just pulled out a couple that I'd just like to talk about. So you can react with confidence, you can react with defiance, you can react submissive, you can react with anger. There's only one of these that I truly like, but let's just run down the list. Defiance. That's just recipe for disaster. Defiance can cause trust issues. So if I was to just blatantly be like, no, I'm just gonna do me, and that's all there is to it. Your wife's not gonna say anything next time. She's not gonna be herself, and your relationship isn't gonna be as strong. Okay, next we got submissive. Submissive causes a weak eye towards you. You can be submissive at some points, but if you're submissive, the gal's gonna inadvertently think, oh, what the heck? Who am I with? That sort of thing. And it's just, you just appear somewhat of a wet noodle, so to speak. Last of the ones I don't like are anger, because anger obviously causes fights. Yeah, it happens on your bad days, but so anger and fights are almost different in my opinion, because anger, you got something going on that day that doesn't need to be taken out on your spouse, wife, whatever. But a fight can be positive at some points. Yeah, this is probably not the best or not the most popular thought on this, but positive in the outcome. Fights generally are a negative thing, but if the fight is, I guess, constructive, or constructive. If one person truly believes this, then you're able to show that person that you're really passionate about that subject, or you don't agree with them on that subject. So it can just open the eye to your partner as to what you truly believe in, what to, not necessarily skirt around, but just be a little more touchy with on certain subjects. So that's how I view fights, as being positive. Okay, back to the ways to react. I think confidence is the best out of those options. So I had confidence, defiance, submission, and getting angry. I think confidence is the best because you can always look at your significant other and say, and just pause. It just takes a pause. Just pause for a minute, look at them, maybe even not say anything for a couple minutes, but just look at them and say, I hear you. Let me think about this for like a minute or two, and then go from there. Just be confident about the situation in what you already said. So you are confident about what you already said, but I'm going to review this so I can tell you what I think in a better frame of mind. This can go for anything that happens throughout the course of the day. If you just pause instead of reacting quickly, just pause with traffic, pause with how you're going to react to a coworker when they ask you something that you've obviously told them before, or made a point to emphasize whatever they were doing wrong or doing right or whatever. But yeah, you can use it throughout the day just to make yourself a better person, make yourself think more clear about every situation that comes across you during the day. And those situations can be good situations too. Like you don't have to react so quick about good situations as well. I mean, yeah, there's laugh, you can laugh and that sort of thing, whatever. But you just got to be controlled and confident in each situation throughout the day, and it'll just make you a better person. I mean, confidence in itself is one of the greatest things I think a man can have, especially in relationships, with spouses, with children, with coworkers, anyone throughout the day. And no, I'm not forgetting the ladies out there. You guys as well. I mean, confidence comes into play in all aspects for the ladies as well. Work, relationships, kids, your family can ride on that confidence sometimes. So be you. Be that confident person I know you can be. So when you react in a more confident way, taking a little taking charge over the conversation a little more, your wife or your husband or whoever that is that you're talking to, they probably will be surprised because in the past, you have either reacted out of anger, submission, whatever. This is okay because they might keep doing what they normally do day after day, but over time of you reacting in this more confident, composed manner, they will slowly start to realize and slowly get in, I'd say, more comfortable mode with you. They will be, okay, they'll stand back. Okay, this person is actually, like, they know what they're doing. It starts to feel like they are comfortable with you and want to maybe follow you, or maybe go into those battles, those daily life battles with you a little bit more, because they know they got a good team member now, or they know that they're in the right, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes you sound not the greatest, like I just did. I didn't know what to say, so I just let her fly. Sometimes you just gotta roll off the cuff and be yourself. And when doing that, in yourself doing that confidence and being yourself, you're gonna create a stronger foundation for those people around you, so you can go and attack those daily grinds, those daily happenings that aren't necessarily the easiest throughout the week, throughout your life. And in the end, you're going to build some gnarly ass walls on that foundation. So if you are one of those guys that do struggle with this, or one of them gals that do struggle with this, lashing out whenever someone does you wrong, supposedly does you wrong, or doesn't, or rubs you the wrong way, let's work on it. Let's slowly build that confidence in yourself, and build that foundation that you need for those strong relationships in your family, your friends, your kids, your mother, your brother, your da-da-da-ba-da-da-da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? So let's play this out. So your brother you're talking to your brother about something that you did during the workday, and he decides to tell you that he doesn't necessarily think that's the right way to do it. One, he's comfortable enough with you to tell you something, and so that alone is a good start. But two, you lash out and say, hey, I don't, that's what I did, and so in this situation, there's another option. You could just say, okay, I hear you, but let me think about this for a minute. Let's move on to the next topic, whatever. Let's not talk about this anymore. Let's move on to the next thing. And then once you get a little break, you're thinking about it, and then you go back to him and just say, hey, this is why I said that, and I like what you brought up, as long as what he brought up is positive. I like what you brought up, and I thought about it, and hey, I think you're right. I probably should have done that today instead of yada yada. It's just a better way to go about it. You aren't fighting with fire. You're fighting, well, you're not necessarily fighting, I guess. You're avoiding the fight in a more confident, composed manner, a more adult-like manner. I guess that the behavior when you get reflexive and lashing out is more of a childlike manner. You notice this with younger kids and children. They tend to lash out because they don't have control over their emotions. So I guess I'm saying, like, if you are reacting like that, which I'm at fault for this. I do it sometimes too. We're all kids at heart, but if you do end up doing that, you are going to sound more like a kid. So let's focus on raising up the bar a notch, being more self-conscious of our thought, our reaction to the situation, by biding ourselves some more time before we react to whatever the opposition is in your eyes. I like where the topic of today ended up. Being a little more adult-like than childlike. Okay, so if you guys are liking the show, I'd like to hear what you guys have to say. Give me a review. Let me know what you're thinking, what I can work on, what I can get better at. I love constructive criticism. Don't just say I suck, because you're gonna keep hearing me suck if you keep listening. So if you think I suck, move on to the next person. So I'm on Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube even, and if you're listening on iTunes, on there too. I also have my own website, gettindownwithleebrown.com. I post podcasts on there as well. I do have some fitness type blog posts on my website too. So check me out on all the places, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Keep improving yourself. Keep being better so we can make this earth a little better while we're on it. All right, this has been another episode of Getting Down with Lee Brown. Love y'all.